Hey all, welcome to Silent Meadow Farm. So I had a little bit of a conundrum this year in that I, as per my usual very undisciplined self, planted the whole back field with garlic and it's not ready to pull, which means I don't have any room for my tomatoes or anything else that I started some time ago. And I also had a friend, actually a couple friends, drop off a couple of plants for me that I had no room to put anywhere. So, solution, I've never grown like this, and we'll see how it works out. Initially I had just tomato plants in each of these buckets, but then my friend dropped off a bunch of stuff and I said, oh gosh, what am I gonna do with it? And I remember when I don't know, I was pretty young, probably my early 20s, went to visit my dad, and he was living in an apartment, and he had a big bucket out front, and I think it had every vegetable you could possibly imagine growing in it: cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers, eggplant, and they were all growing up on this trellis system that he made, and it was all coming out of a simple bucket. So I said, you know what, I'm just going to try it. Worst thing that could happen is it doesn't work, and I learned a lesson. Best thing that could happen is it works magnificently, and I'm going to do it like this every year. So you can see here I've got a really nice set of stairs leading into the backyard, just to give you perspective of where we are. There's the back of the house, the goat barn, and the big barn, my beautiful big barn. God, I love that barn. Anyway, so these are the stairs leading down from the front of the house. And in each of the buckets, I put a big scoop of well-rotted horse manure and compost, and then just some good old fortified potting soil, organic. All of these buckets are food grade. So in the first one, I've got eggplant, Greek oregano, and my Tommy Toe cherry tomato. And then here I've got acorn squash and eggplant long purple and some mortgage lifter tomatoes. Another cherry, Tommy Toe cherry tomato with butternut squash, habanero, and acorn squash. How cool is that? Now I know what you're thinking, squash, where the heck is the squash gonna go? One, I can trellis it, or two, it can come over here and just go on this kind of dead area of the lawn and do its thing. Here I've got some trellis and cucumbers, and I will get something for those to climb on soon enough. And of course I'll thin them out once I'm brave enough to thin them out. I hate killing anything. Another issue of being undisciplined when it comes to gardening. I hate killing or thinning. I hate killing volunteers, and I hate thinning my plants. But hey, we all have our problems, right? So in this one here, I've got a big beefsteak tomato coming up, and butternut squash and butternut South Anna squash. Oh, I'm sorry, the one in the back is a butternut squash. Here I have some little orange hat micro dwarf tomatoes, Kellogg's breakfast with habanero and an eggplant. Some more Greek oregano and another eggplant and a mortgage lifter tomato. I've got my peppers in pots. Peppers actually love pots, so they'll do great here. Full sun. This is the south side of the house. Some more cucumbers, another cucumber growing up with my tomato. This is a birdhouse gourd. I'm not going to put it in here, of course. I need way more room than that, so I'll find a place for it. Greek oregano, acorn squash, and what is it? Another mortgage lifter. And here I have another birdhouse gourd, and I'll find some place to trellis those. So I love it. I think it looks fantastic. It's right here, not far from the front door. There are all the other tomatoes I still have to plant. It'll come. But yeah, so that's my experiment this year. We'll see how it goes. Either way, I have a lovely view while gardening. Hope you all have a great day from Silent Meadow Farm.